Hello and welcome to AAA Tax News, giving you the latest and most reliable news. The Bureau of Internal Revenue has recently issued Revenue Memorandum Circular No. 6/2022. The circular discusses the imposition of documentary stamp tax, or DST, on transfer of shares of stock. As a general rule, Section 175 of the 1997 Tax Code refers to the imposition of DST on sales, agreements to sell, memoranda of sales, deliveries or transfer of shares of stocks amounting to 1 peso and 50 centavos on each 200 pesos, or fractional part thereof, of the par value of such stock. However, there are taxpayers who are still unaware of specific or isolated instances where such DST is imposed. The BIR emphasized that following transactions would also result to DST. First is the transfer of shares of stock through gratuitous transfer or through deed of donation. This arises when a donor, while he is still alive, donates the shares of stock to the donee. The second scenario is the transfer of shares of stock stated in the last will and testament of the decedent upon approval of the probate court. The transfer takes effect after the death of the owner of the shares of stock and following the approved distribution in the last will and testament. Lastly, in case of a judicial settlement of estate as approved by the probate court, or an extrajudicial settlement of estate, those heirs that specifically waive or renounce their share over the inheritance shall also be subject to DST. We would like to remind you that the DST due on transfers of shares of stock mentioned earlier should be paid within 5 days after the close of the month of transaction. Always be updated with AAA Tax News. Thank you for watching us.